Hey, I'm Alex from AmericanMuscle.com, and this is my quick review and breakdown of the Tonno Pro TonnoFold Tonneau cover fitting your 2015 through current F-150 with a 5.5-foot bed. So in this video, I'm going to talk about the construction and materials of this cover, who this might appeal to, what you should expect to be spending, and then we'll take a very quick look at the installation where you're going to be looking at an incredibly easy 1 out of 3 wrenches in the difficulty meter and less than 30 minutes to get this onto your truck. So this should definitely appeal to any F-150 owner that's going to be looking for a fold-up design as opposed to a hinged or a roll-up design. So if you're unfamiliar with what a tonneau cover is, we're going to give you a little bit of a crash course here. So let's take a closer look. So first and foremost, one of the main benefits of a tonneau cover is going to be to keep whatever you're hauling in your bed safe, secure, as well as dry. Now this is going to be great as this is going to be fully weatherproof, so you can rest easy knowing that no matter the elements, be it rain, sleet, or snow, you're going to have whatever you're hauling be safe and sound. So not only the aforementioned reasons, you're going to be keeping prying eyes away from your gear. Now for me, that could be woodworking gear, tools, camping gear, anything like that that I don't want to have anybody dipping into my truck and pulling out, as it's my property and I want to keep it safe, secure, and protected. At the end of the day, another great reason about having a tonneau cover is going to be lowering your drag coefficient. That essentially means that when you're driving, wind is going to be getting into your bed and it's going to be dragging your truck down. What you're going to be doing with the tonneau cover is essentially creating a little bit more of an even stream so that at the end of the day, you're going to be saving a little bit of money at the pump. So at the end of the day here, guys, from a utilitarian perspective, this is definitely worth its weight in gold, as it's going to be keeping your belongings and your gear dry, safe from the elements, as well as keeping unwanted eyes and hands out of your bed. This is something that I truly think really just completes the rear end of your truck and is going to make it look that much more streamlined. So in terms of the build quality here, I can absolutely attest to this holding up over time, as I had this exact model on my 2014, which Justin reviewed earlier in the year, and it has definitely held up over the seasons. So this is also going to feature a trifold design, which I personally like in comparison to a roll-up, which I think is a little bit on the tacky looking side, as well as in comparison to a hardcover, which is hinged that comes up at the back. One of the reasons why I like this a lot is because it's going to be able to fold up, so in the event that you have to get anything out of your bed, you can do so incredibly quickly. So taking a closer look at the materials, this is going to feature a 24-ounce black textured finish vinyl, which is going to be marine grade quality, so you can rest easy knowing that, again, you're going to be keeping all of your belongings dry, just as long as this is installed correctly, which I'll hit on a little bit later. So another thing that I definitely like about this kit is going to be the frame or skeleton. This is going to be manufactured out of a 6063 powder-coated aluminum, and despite this being on the underside, you're going to rest easy knowing that it's going to be able to hold up over time to anything that you're going to be putting to it. Now, another great aspect is that this is not a permanent modification. Again, this is going to go on in literally a heartbeat, so in the event that you're looking to change up your tonneau cover down the road, you can take this off very easily, or if you need to haul some gear that's going to be sticking out of your bed, you can pull this off in a minute. So in terms of how this is going to install, which I'll hit on a little bit later, this is going to feature a impact-resistant slide lock design, as well as having clamps on the underside here. Now, another thing that I really like about this kit is right at the back here, you're going to see that this is going to have a little extra material here, as well as having it on the sides. Now, that's going to be to ensure that whatever you're going to be hauling is not going to come into contact with any moisture, dirt, or anything else that you're going to be putting your truck to. So in terms of the pricing here, you should expect to be spending only about $280 for this kit, which in my opinion is incredibly aggressive, as this is going to be at the bottom of the price spectrum, and running this in comparison to some of the other covers out there, you're going to see that it can easily tip the scales at $500 or even $600. So looking at the installation, just like I had said in the beginning of the video, you're looking at an incredibly easy 1 out of 3 wrenches in the difficulty meter and less than 30 minutes to get this onto your truck. Now, having this on my own 2014, I can personally attest to it taking more time to physically get this out of the box than it did to get on my truck, and essentially once it's out of the box, the only thing you need to do is going to be stretching this out, putting this onto your bed, attaching your clamps, and you're good to go. It honestly does not get any easier than that, and it's on par with installing a set of floor mats. Alright, so just to wrap things up here, some final thoughts. I definitely like this option, not only based on the fact that I have this exact model on my own 2014, but for the fact that it really cleaned up the rear section of my truck, make it look a lot much more streamlined, as well as protecting any of my gear that I'm going to be hauling from the elements, as well as keeping prying eyes off of it. So that's my quick review and breakdown for the Tonno Pro TonnoFold Tonneau cover, fitting your 2015 through current F-150 with a 5.5-foot bed, available right here at AmericanMuscle.com.